cheers, tears, and sweat, 18-year-olds Ramiro Melendez and Brandon Mercado of West Palm Beach, Florida, crossed a finish line that was 4 hard years in the making, and it was all because of a story they heard in 8th grade. Brian Thomas, originally from Lake Orion, now teaches in West Palm Beach. One day, as he coached the boys' middle school track team, he told a story that would change Brandon and Ramiro's lives.
I told my boys, the story of when I ran across the country in 2001, and these two young men, Brandon and Ramiro, said, "Coach, we want to do it just like you." When, guys? Well, this summer. And that was 8th grade, and I was like, how about you graduate high school and we work on some little small goals to get there?
That Coach Carter list of goals included physical and educational tasks like running in marathons, 100-mile relays, and being a part of the high school track team. They also had to run for a cause, and they chose colon cancer in honor of a fellow teacher who had just battled the illness. The educational tasks were just as tough.
They had to maintain a 2.5. They had to be looking and trying to get themselves, to go off to college. They had to take the SATs, ACTs, and pass them, which they had to do that repeatedly. So, and we sat down, we spent hundreds of dollars on testing prep stuff, and it was just like training for the run. We had to practice, practice, practice.
Brandon and Ramiro literally had a tough mountain to climb, but they did it, and on June 9th, the young men, with their mentor and 2 other great runners, took off from Florida on foot toward the Great Lakes state. The men ran dozens of miles a day through the heat, terrain changes, and physical pain that comes with running cross country. But they did it all with smiles on their faces and determination in their hearts. When they finally reached their goal of Christie's Bar and Grill in Lake Orion, the 2 men reflected fondly of their trip and what they had learned over the past 4 years.
I loved every moment of it. I mean, I remember running, just blasting music through my ears, and out of nowhere, just random tears just going down my eyes. And I'm sitting there wiping my face up like, all right, you know what, I'm doing this. I'm finally on the road, I'm going to do this. And it was amazing. It was an amazing trip.
I've grown a lot from running, mental fortitude. I've learned, how to control things like with myself. And it's a really positive. Running is, I can't think of anything negative about running.
Although Brandon and Ramiro look up to Brian, Brian gives all the credit to the young men.
I think it was probably more a pain in their butts for 4 years, and now they're let loose. And so hopefully some of those pain in the butt moments they took from them, and I hope that they can just be the next pain in the butt for some other kids. I just want to pay it forward.
Brandon and Ramiro will be attending Palm Beach State University in the fall. For TV 20 News at 10, I'm Kyla Peeples.